What's going on, traders? What is going on? Welcome back to another live stream. If you're new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Welcome back to the show. Happy Tuesday, September 16th. Before we hop onto these charts, man, we're a little bit early here before market open. Before we hop onto these charts, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is very risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. What's up, chat? How we doing this morning, guys? Guys and girls? How are we doing? What's going on, Wolf? What's up, the Daily Tale? What's happening? Alan, what's up? Good morning. JB, good morning. Good morning, Mark Ailey, RCG. Scott, what's up? Vanguard, what's up? What's going on, guys? What is happening? What's happening? What's happening? All right. Let's see what we got going on these charts. Chat. We got some updates out of Project X that I'm going to be talking about today. These position brackets, the auto OCO brackets. We talk about that in a little bit. I just dropped a video. If you guys want to check that out, feel free. I think it's going to be some important notes to be taken on that one. So nobody is really jacking up, not having a stop loss or take profit. Good morning, Jess. Good morning, Guillermo. Guillermo Q. What's up? What's going on, guys? Watch the charts since 2:30 a.m. That's a lot of time on the charts, Scott. That's a lot of time. All right, guys. Let's see what we got going on. We are on, first note here, before we even look at news, we are on the new contract. If you take a look up here on the right-hand side of the screen, I think you guys should be able to see this pretty clearly. Just double check that I don't have anything blocking the contract type. No, we don't. We are on the Z contract, the December contract. If you guys don't know, this is Project X with Top 1 Futures. You could use Project X with a lot of different platforms. My preferred prop firm is Top 1 Futures with Project X. But at any other trading platform site that you're using, even TradingView, you're going to have to select the correct contract to be trading on in the futures market, right? They roll, they change. We are on the December contract here now. That is where volume and open interest is now currently. Yesterday, I think, was the actual marked roll date. Expiration is Friday. This is the Z contract, as you can see, for all of them, ES, NQ, and YM down here. Taking a look at news first. Like I just said, we should do news first. We got past this, actually. Let's just double check and see. Yep. Here's what we got coming up. FOMC tomorrow. I think, it's kind of tough when we get FOMC in the middle of the week because it makes for difficult to trade conditions. Like oftentimes ahead of it, like we talk about so much, and I know I repeat myself a little bit, we see just choppy consolidating price action that day before it. Maybe you get some positioning ahead of time, and then a wild volatile news event that I don't love to trade. By the time it's over, you get 2 days, right? With unemployment on Thursday morning. So, these weeks can be a little bit interesting. I try to not do anything too crazy because when I look back, I notice, if I've taken a lot of losses in chop and then gotten involved during really high impact news events, it could just be dicey. But at the same time, I try to not just sit around and not trade, right? We want to look for our setups, wait for them to come to us. But that's what we got going on today. We got through 8:30 a.m. news. Not a whole lot there. Not much that I'm concerned about for the rest of the day. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., I think we are likely to see some serious volatility into the afternoon, especially with the corresponding press conference, which I think a lot of people are going to be watching, waiting for. Unemployment on Thursday, and then nothing on Friday. Complete no news Friday. But taking a look at the chart. What's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Taking a look at the chart here. Let me make sure we got, we got everybody rolling. We got Kick rolling. We got X rolling, right? We're good on X here. Yeah, we're good on X. Oh, I didn't throw it into my Discord. Hang on, guys. Hang on, chat. Let me get you guys going. It actually tagged everybody already. Almost missed it in my Discord. All right. Taking a look at market structure price action on this daily chart. Non-stop push to the upside, man. Just very bullish. Very, very, very bullish across the U.S. indices. Just continuing to push to the upside. Taking a look at this daily candle, we are opening up above prior day high. We got our overnight high now here in this new contract, right, which is adjusting the prices that we were seeing versus opening up yesterday. We're looking at 66.96 and 3/4, pulling back down right towards prior day high on this chart right here. Taking a look at the 15-minute. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah, man, just bullish. Bullish overall. Slow drift. Just a slow drift from 4 a.m. yesterday. A little bit of choppy pulling back down into the close, and then immediate recovery and continual push to the upside. Overnight session. Smooth trend. Holding above VWAP. Just super bullish, man. This type of market is really close your eyes, hit the buy button, and sing the national anthem. I forget who said that. I think it was back when I was trading on Top Step TV. But that's the kind of market that we're in, man. It's just any dip is getting bought back up. There's not a lot of dips. If you look at something like yesterday, right? This is 4 a.m., right? Here's, our opening up and then just continuing to push before starting to drift back down towards VWAP. Not a whole big reaction until we got, very late into the session. But just really strong, man. Super strong. I really don't know what else to say about this market outside of very bullish. Very, very bullish. So anyway, let's go ahead and see what we get today. Context-wise, like I've talked about, with an FOMC rate and press conference on Wednesday, unemployment on Thursday, the first 2 days of the week ahead of that, especially when we've got one that I believe, and you can just do your own research, right? I'm not the fundamental expert. I believe a lot of eyes are on this one. I think it's always mostly baked into price already. But if anything comes out not as anticipated, right? Like off the forecast, I think we could be in for some serious volatility. So, opening up right here, really at VWAP. Testing it and looking like we want to potentially move towards the downside here. I've got Bookmap loaded up. I got a couple things loaded up on Bookmap here. Again, cautiously watching Bookmap. We're right around rollover. We're right into a new fresh contract, right? Or we're now looking at the new contract, I should say. I'm going to be cautious of how much weight I place on Bookmap when it comes to my analysis and my trading decisions. I'm going to be taking a look at CVD, how it looks these first few days. I actually also have the U contract loaded up just to watch everything die down on it. But I'm going to try not to place too much weight on it. I'm just going to watch to see what happens here coming into the first couple days. But yeah, so far trading 66.84s, starting to just frame out some potential ideas here, some trade setups, what we're looking at. I could see a number of things happening here, chat. Let me hop back out to my 15-minute. Could see a couple of things happening here. I could see a pullback at any point. We haven't gotten one yet, really of a sizable amount. This market just has not been pulling the sweep overnight lows, prior day lows, pull back down to areas of high volume and then take off. It's just been taking off the open in kind of one direction or chopping. I could see a pullback down. I'm going to stay really flexible on it this week. I'm very cautious hitting the sell button, trying to be very cautious hitting the sell button. My data shows that in strong ripping trends to the upside, looking to trade, back towards VWAP is a dicey play unless I really wait for the extremes. I'd like to find a way in long. I don't know, man. I don't know that we continue today. We have a lot of strength overnight. I'm going to try to flow with that higher time frame trend. I wait for a way to structure risk. If every day, we open up here and just blast off at the open, I'm not I'm not super inclined in finding my way in. But for this, to be more specific, prior day high 66.81 on this contract. I'd like to see a dip down into the mid 70s. Could look for an aggressive long, anticipating that this move does continue to the upside, that we are going to check back towards that 6,700 level here in ES. If we start selling off really aggressively, I think it's going to be a deeper pull all the way back down. Could be a move back down towards what we have marked as the temporary volume point of control, overnight low, prior day low, all the way back down. Overnight low, that's in the wrong spot. What the? Wait a minute, chat. Did this chart get jacked up on me again? Why's my overnight low down here? Oh, no, my levels are jacked up. Oh, no, they're not. They're not. We're good. We're good. Sorry. Overnight low. I don't know how I messed that one up. Maybe I drug something out. Prior day high, prior day low. Let me go back over to my 15-minute and check this out. Yeah, here's my overnight low right in here. Okay. Sorry, guys. So here we go. Pulling back down towards this prior day high level. I could see a potential long play, area of decent volume up here. Not quite a ton. Looking at visible range volume profile. Could see something. Trying to find our way in long. Did my level update now? Yeah, it did. Levels are in the right spot. Okay. Yeah, I got to be cautious on Project X. Sometimes it kind of gets a little jacked around here. Reset VWAP on this 1-minute chart. Got the 15-minute and the 1-minute rolling side by side here. Checking a couple things here over to the side, guys. It's looking interesting. This is looking a little bit weak. I don't know that I want to jump right in front of this, chat. So was potentially eyeballing something off of like the mid 70s, but I think we yeah, I don't know that we have a huge correction. I mean, we could certainly see some selling pressure, taking everybody out, shaking out weak longs ahead of this FOMC, maybe before a blast off. I think into the mid 70s, down around this overnight low level, that would give me a way to structure risk right in here. I mean, this is really zoomed out on the 15-minute. That would give me a way to structure risk, right? To say, hey, I think we're likely to find buyers in here coming back to this area of high volume from yesterday, maybe sweeping overnight low, pulling back up towards VWAP, maybe continuing this nice bullish price action. If we're going to form a down day, I think we're coming back down to the 66.50s. And so far, that's looking somewhat appealing. This is showing some volume and volatility, so I'm going to have to wait to see what happens down here. First trade idea, I'm looking around that 75 level, 66.75 on this contract here. Contract. On this contract here on ES. But I'm going to have to see what happens as we get down here. Again, I think a lot of traders are going to struggle this week. I think a lot of traders traditionally struggle on FOMC weeks. I think they get too aggressive early in the week when the market's just all over the place, especially with rollover like this. And they just take unnecessary losses. I do my best to stay patient. I'm going to do my best to stay extra patient this week. And if that means, not having a whole bunch of trades on, doing anything too crazy, I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay just chilling out, waiting for the market to kind of show its hand here. But let's see what we get down here. Chatty chat. Appreciate you guys hopping on, as always. Looking weak. This is looking weak. Here we go into the mid 70s here. Yeah, I'm going to wait for overnight low on this one. I think that's my game plan. We come down around that overnight low level, 70. What do we just trade down to? 76. Yeah, I called out 75. I'm waiting to see if we get a little bit dip down, a little bit more of a dip down. That'd give me a way to structure risk, wider, maybe a 15-point stop or so. Really all the way down here where I say, if we come through this, I think we're headed all the way down here, right? We're coming back down through prior day low. So again, gives me a way to say, if I'm wrong, I'm dead wrong. Following higher time frame trend, medium time frame trend, everything but this immediate trend right here to the downside. I really do like that for a long. These are typically reversion style trades as far as what's going on the 1 minute chart, but there's always a case to be made against and for what's a trend following trade, what the trend is, right? It's all subjective, man. That's the way that I think about it. So no, this is still looking weak. This is still looking pretty weak. Yeah, guys, I'm waiting on this. Opening up to the downside. 9:43 a.m. We're still early. I hopped on. I got to remember I hopped on the stream a little bit early with you guys. Got started. Talking about cumulative volume delta and being cautious, looking at Bookmap, right, on the new contract that we're watching. Not a new contract. 6660 has quite a few orders on it to the downside. Cumulative volume delta, negative 800, negative 900 from the time that I started my chart. Nothing crazy. That supports a long. Again, I said I was going to be cautious. We got 118 on the book, down around 6670. I wouldn't mind taking it aggressively off of this level. If we start to push back up, I could see a continuation long, or more of just a, wait for some confirmation that we're starting to push back up to the upside. Continuation on the 1 minute. If we started to immediately, pull back up here, buyers stepped in, we started to blast through VWAP, I could see a long play that would be different than a very aggressive entry. Kind of two different entry types from me, right? It's either one or the other, for the most part. I'm either buying off of a level, at a sweep of a level, a test of a level, really like just giving it a split second in here to look like it's going to pause, but risking getting my face ripped off for a much more aggressive entry, or I'm entering on strength after the dip for that Brian Shannon comment, right? I'm entering on the way back up, maybe with a tighter stop loss, worse entry, but maybe a little bit more indication that we are going to find some buyers off of some level that I'm waiting for. Somewhere in between those two is usually where I find myself. Just immediate entry with a limit order and a complete entry with a stop order on the way back up, right? But for this, I am really interested to see what happens around these 70s. Are we gonna go today? We gonna sell off today really aggressively? Let's see what you guys have going on in chat as we're waiting to see what this market does around the 75s. Too long on the charts. Yeah. Stop trading pre-market. Afternoon, Andrew, what's up? Dave for Dean, what's up? What's going on, guys? Short Team Bear Face Rip-Off Club. Yo. Learning a whole new vocabulary. Morning, Daniel, what's up? Mashira, what's up? If anyone can survive trading 2025, they will be well for the rest of the years. Yeah, man. Listen, that's a good comment right there, man. That's a Discord OG in here. This market's been tough, and I think a lot of people say that all the time. The market's always changing. It's very dynamic. It's always all over the place. But if you've traded maybe for a few years before this, like this isn't your first or second year, maybe you're 3, 4, 5 years in, this one feels pretty wild. It feels pretty difficult. And I would say there's, smoother, calmer times in the market. There's more volatile, wild times in the market. I think if you could do well and survive this time, 2025, I think you're going to do pretty well. There's been times when I've been trading where it just feels like the market repeats itself. So simple, like you're like very, very easy read. What you expect to happen happens. And again, that's subjective. That's personal to me. But, we come down, we sweep a level, it's respected, we run for the rest of the day. Like, there's been plenty of times like that. Not so much right now. So I think if you could survive this, you'd be doing well. Markets should start to rebound. Okay, we're calling out some rebounds. My level is at 66.74. Okay. Yeah, we're getting close. Looking long once we go below it. Trump speaking. Interesting. Financial juice. He's also on Fox News. Yeah, financial juice is solid for like the up to the minute, things that are impacting the markets if you want to pay attention to it. I like Forex Factory for the scheduled stuff. Just easy to read. Ooh, that was an interesting wiggle right there. 948 past the 15-minute opening range. Yeah, guys, this still looks weak. I think we're coming lower. CVD dropping off, unless buyers step right back in. They're putting up a fight. I think it's decision-making time here. Either we come lower, we head down below overnight low, or we go right back up to VWAP. That's what I'm looking at. But we got some movement here. I am getting a little bit of structure to trade off of, unlike yesterday where we just pushed in one direction. So I'm interested to see where we go from here. I'm not going to do anything just yet. Talked about the 75s, which we traded exactly down to start potentially looking for a long. We're in that area. This is feeling a little bit volatile here, so I'm going to try not to step in front of anything too crazy, but I don't mind this. I don't mind this long. We got some buyers stepping in, putting up a fight here. Overnight low, level below. This would be a dicey long right back up, but I think I'm going to try this.
Order filled.
Yeah, I'm going to get long on this bad boy, guys. I had to double check because I was messing around with my new OCO brackets, which I'm not doing here with you guys. I'm going to get long on this. 1 ES, nothing too crazy. I don't need a stop loss that far down, but let me just take a look at the 15-minute chart to really structure this trade. Again, I think if we continue lower, I'd like to give it room below this overnight low. I'd like to give it the ability to come down into like the 65s, because if we come down lower, we don't find buyers here, right? Just looking at price action, market structure, visible range, volume profile, this is the way that I trade. I think if we don't find buyers here, right, down into these 66s, it's unlikely that we just test down into this area without coming all the way down to all of this price action, market structure down here, this area of high volume. It's just, normalcy and price action, right? Coming through areas of low volume and imbalances very quickly, returning to areas where we've got, tops and bottoms, areas where price has reacted and put impulsive moves in, and traded quite a bit, put a lot of business in. So I don't know that I need a stop all the way down here today. I don't want to go too tight. I'd love to see us find buyers off of here. I think if the wheels fall off here, man, we are coming all the way down below the 66.50s. But I'm going to take this long. I'm going to take this long here, following price action and market structure, right? Overall, this really, really strong trend. I've been absolutely getting cooked on shorts. I'm trying my best to find a way into more longs. I just am in way too many short trades these days, and it just does not help me. So, a lot of volatility to the downside right here. There's an aggressive breakdown right there. I'm going to watch this on the 15-minute. But long off of the 66.78s. Aggressive break right down towards overnight low. A couple minutes after entry. I'm going stop loss fairly wide, but I don't know that I need this. Yeah, I'd give it a couple points below these lows from the session yesterday. Yeah, if we don't find buyers into this area of high volume, maybe testing below by a few points, I think we're absolutely selling off today. And I'm going to be just wrong on this trade. That's what I got rolling so far, chat, and I'm sticking to it. Let's see, testing overnight low here. Let's see what we get rolling on this trade. Let's see if we get the face ripper today and start this week off right. What's going on, chat? What's happening? Oh, hold on one second. What happened to volume here? Hang on. Now I start getting distracted. Looking at multiple charts. There we go. Okay. Yeah, man, don't like that volatility to the downside. CVD dropped way off. We were definitely finding some buyers there, or at least they were putting up a fight, trying to pull this thing higher. I got long after those 75s, right? Area that I had pointed out on my chart. Looking for some buyers right into that area. Didn't catch them. We're down into the 66.72s. We traded below overnight low. We definitely have potential to find some buyers here. Do we have to? Do we have to do anything? No, we don't have to do anything. I think, again, if we break through this level here, we continue to show weakness, not we start to show weakness. We are in for a move down to the 66.45s. I'd go for something along those lines. Otherwise, I'm looking for this to come back up through VWAP, at least be a choppy day, if not go and test overnight highs. Based on that, I don't know that I would hold on to this one for a super long period of time. Like I said, I want to be below this low over here. I'm still just eyeballing where I really want this stop to go. Upper limit for me. Yeah, man, I'm just going to go wide with it. I'm going to go wide with it. I could come in here really tight. I'm going to go wide with this one. I don't know that I need to be I don't know that I need price to trade through the 60s for me to be completely wrong on this one, but I'm going to go wide with it. I want to allow it to come down potentially through a couple lows, this area that was tested right here just by a couple points, and find buyers. This is going to be a long hold trade. Either we rip my face off, or I'm hanging out into the session with this one. Yeah, I'm going to hang on to this bad boy. That's my play. That's my play. Long from 66.78, 1 ES. Can we find some buyers off of this overnight low? off of this. Yeah, someone reading you guys in the chat now. Swap days are low. Yep. That's going to be my overnight Asia low right there just before Zach went long. I went short on ES, made 200, instant funded. Nice. Nice. Yesterday the short screwed me. Today it paid me. Done for the day. Very nice. ES below today's low. Correct. Putting the low of the session in. Low of the session and low of the day. Let's see. Yeah, we were going back to read some messages. My ES level is 66.74. Oh yeah, we were looking at that. Nice. Yeah, Trump speaking, that could be a problem. Morning, folks. Zach, if I can ask, can you identify when you finally felt like you arrived as a trader? Here's the tricky part about trading. It's a good question. It's a really good question. I used to ask traders. I get that question similar questions all the time, right? When do you feel like you figured it out? When do you feel like you were profitable? When do you feel like, these types of things? Here's the tough part about the markets. I've had that feeling a lot. I've had that feeling quite a few times for weeks at a time, months at a time. And here's what I could tell you. It fades. It fades very quickly. The paradox that we have to deal with in the markets, where we have to deal with such randomness and inconsistency on the short term, can very, very quickly erase that feeling that I've arrived, right? Or I figured it out, or I'm profitable, right? I would encourage you not to wait for that to come, right? And try to build confidence in your system, in your approach, in yourself, that is not based on your results, or as difficult as that is, not based on some market-generated information. I've had a lot of times in my trading where I felt like I've had that kind of breakthrough moment where I made some adjustments that changed what I was doing. And I think speaking on those can kind of be helpful. But the times that I felt like I really started to get a really good understanding and my results showed that, I started to make a lot of progress. I started to get a lot of traction, right? I started to move away from that losing money to break even, and then from break even to making money consistently. Those came around similar times, around the time that I decided that trading could be incredibly simple, and that me overcomplicating it was not going to help me. Hunting for a rules-based objective strategy that was very complex with a ton of indicators was not going to help me. That was not the answer. And stripping my charts down, making it extremely simple, recognizing that I had to apply my discretion. I would have to apply my experience, and shifting my focus away from trying to find the next best thing, but looking what I was already doing and trying to improve from there. That was a big help. And, some of the times where I started to feel like, okay, you're starting to kind of understand where you need to at least spend your time to get better. Along with that, removing the focus consistently on more market analysis and placing it on risk management and psychology and mindset, the way that we're thinking about trading. Those are the times when I started to do that. That's when I started to feel like I made a lot of progress. My results showed that I made a lot of progress, and I felt like I stopped spinning my wheels so dang much. But again, I was waiting for that for a long period of time, and you feel like you get it, because I get asked all the time, and I used to ask it. I used to be the guy in the chat. How long did it take for X to happen? When did you make money? Right? Like, as if one day, which happens in a lot of other things that we do, right? As if one day you flip a page and you have it all figured out, and it's just easy, and it's stress-free, and there's no hard work to be done. There's just money that's made every day. It's rainbows and unicorns and roses, and you check the box and you're done. And that never comes, or at least it never came for me. It was this slow, continual improvement. And I have found that I've had some breakthroughs in other areas. You do have some big steps forward, but it's not this, you flip the page and you got it all figured out. The market's always going to challenge you. I think it's always changing. It's always dynamic. you constantly have this challenge of scaling, right? You start to gain traction, let's say on demo, then you start to gain traction on a small prop account. Then you're either going to copy trade or you're going to trade live accounts, or you're going to trade more money. And it's this constant raising of the stakes and challenging you by way of scaling, right? So you never just arrive and can trade big size. There's always someone trading 10 times your size. And if you try to do that, you can at your level, right? So it's this never-ending progressive journey. And I think recognizing that and being at peace with that you're not going to just arrive. You're not just going to flip a page one day. You're likely going to, or here's how it worked for me. You're going to lose money for a long time. And then eventually you're going to start to lose less money. And then you're going to start to break even. And you have that progression where, you start to really feel like you're getting it figured out. And then, continual progress, you start to make some money. You start to put in green days, weeks, months, right? And then you really feel like you have it all figured out, and the market inevitably is going to humble you again. Oh, look at this thing breaking to the downside. Watching this market here as I'm talking to you. It's a good question. But again, and then I think you kind of just continue to have that progress, right? As you start to break even and start to make some money, the challenge becomes scaling, right? Sizing up, trading larger size. Not just turning, a couple dollars on a couple hundred, but maybe it's a couple hundred on a couple thousand, or a couple thousand on a couple 10,000, 100,000, right? That's a very big difference. The trading remains the same, but man, the psychology, the mindset, the risk management all comes into play. So this is ugly as all hell. Got long, looking for buyers, looking for this trend to continue to the upside. Wasn't trying to just take a continuation down below VWAP here, but no buyers found near my entry. Very aggressive volume to the downside. This looks like potentially us coming all the way back down towards that prior day low level, back down towards the 50s and below. If we don't find buyers on a sweep here, I definitely am not confident in this trade. But so far continuing to push down towards these 60s, man. I think a last-ditch effort would be like really low in this area. Really, really low. But yeah, that's not beautiful. Definitely not beautiful. But yeah, I hope that helps. That's my thought process. Again, I think, the journey, the progression is different for everybody. And I think you really also, you start to feel like you've arrived, start to feel like you've got it down when you build a lot of belief in your strategy, in your approach through back testing, forward testing, and trading. You start to watch things play out over time. And I think one of the biggest you have arrived, or you've really made some insane progress, is when you're trading your system, not when it's doing well, not when you're making money, but when you're able to trade through losses, through a drawdown, not change anything, take a hellish losing streak, and then continue doing what you're doing, come to the market with that absurd confidence, allow your edge to play out, come out green, or come back to break even, that's like a big defining moment. Not a $1,000 withdrawal or a $10,000 month. That stuff is not, to me, the marker as a trader. But I think that for me, the first couple times that happened, where you get into that losing streak, you question everything. You question if you even know how to trade. You question if your system ever was providing an edge in the first place, or if you just got lucky. You question if the market completely changed and you're still doing the same thing, and you're going to be stuck doing it for forever, all the way into a blown account. And you challenge that, you stick to your guns, and you come out green. Whew, powerful. That one is solid. So things like that. That's my comments there, guys. ass. What do you got for me today? Yeah, guys, this looks heavy. This looks pretty heavy. We had a nice drop here, stopped on a diamond overnight low, found some buyers. I don't like that wick lower. Got a chance for buyers to bring it higher again, but they're really not showing up. This looks like some selling pressure ahead of FOMC tomorrow, man. Took my trade as I saw fit, right? Waited patiently. As much as I repeat this, my data is so strong, and I've really got to break a short bias habit that I'm happy to take losses on longs in this market. I'm starting to get pretty unhappy taking losses on shorts in this market. So I can feel comfortable, sleep well at night if I have to take a couple L's getting long. Maybe it's timing, maybe it's waiting for too aggressive of a sell-off, maybe it's stop loss placement, but shorting this market and continuing to just get cooked when the market's just pushing to the upside has been pretty painful. So if I have to take an L on this one, I will do so in stride. But yeah, I'm for this trade specifically, would really like to see buyers below this overnight low level. We don't find them here. I got a nice wide stop to hopefully survive a little bit of a wick down below here. Last ditch, low 60s. But, I think if we continue lower here, we start to break aggressively. We got a really good chance of coming down here. Volume point of controls from last week, area of high volume, just a lot of price action, market structure, right down to the 6650s in this contract. Could definitely see that. So we'll see. We shall see. But just like we're talking about, right? Not that you have it all figured out, not that you are some great trader, but I think if you have an understanding, like here's something, just continuing to answer that question. You get to a point, how else do you feel like you've really made some progress as a trader? You got something going that's strong. You get to a point where you can sit here and take a loss or two losses or three losses and not sweat it, right? You're confident in your system. You're confident in your approach. You know you're going to be wrong a lot of the time. And as long as you do what you're supposed to do when it comes to trade entries, trade structure, trade management, risk management, you collect a large sample size and then adjust from there. But on any one individual trade, the market's super random. You know that Trump can tweet, tariff talk, conflict, anything, literally anything can send the market in any direction, and having too much weight placed or importance placed on any one individual trade just does not make sense. I think if you can get to that point and be somewhat calm and stress-free in your wins, in your losses, that's a good indication that you've made a lot of progress, right? That you're able to read the market in front of you. You're able to stay objective and say, hey, this is working, this is not working. Whether or not I have a position running with a P&L in my face, here's what this looks like to me. I think that could be good. It'd be really good. And again, the P&L is important, right? You're whether or not you're generating, income or losing money is 100% important. But I relied on that really heavily on the front end, and you can get real lucky, guys. You can get real lucky and make a lot of money really quickly, having no idea what you're doing at all, and you can lose a lot of money in losing streaks, knowing exactly what you're doing, right? So that strictly P&L is definitely not always the answer. So let's see. We're reading. I went on a rant there. We're talking a lot. What's up, Andrew? Agree, mate. I appreciate you guys. And Kick Hamza, what's up? Wolf, going on. I'm only gonna ask when's the giveaway. We got giveaways on stream. Gonna have to wait to find out. I'm not sure. Here's the deal. Current deal where we're talking giveaways. If you guys are new, I give away prop firm accounts. I've been giving them away every single day on the live streams, and I'm gonna try to continue doing that. But here's a really sick deal currently from Top 1 Futures. This is my preferred account, the instant funded account. 40% off. You can copy trade up to 5 of the 25K and 50K. You can copy trade 3 of the 100K, 150K. If you're looking to work towards a live account, you want the widest rule set of any account, the instant fundeds are it. The automatic funded, the Ignite automatic funded, which I've been yapping a lot about, really awesome opportunity. The cheapest prop accounts industry-wide. You can check those out as well. Head to the site. Link is in the chat. Remember, I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I stand to make money. Can't be unbiased. So that's your answer. Maybe later today. Maybe not. We don't know. Greetings from Colombia. What's up? What's up? What's up? Daniel, what's up? What's going on, guys? Money Reaper, what's up? Comments on the... Nah, I got out. Trying to stop. Carlos, what's up, man? What's going on? Number 1, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate you guys. You're awesome. Rambus says, appreciate the in-depth answer, Zach. I really do. Personally, I have a few strategies, but never feel completely confident in them. What's up, JNRV? What's happening? Yeah, man. Here's the thought. I'm gonna have to. I'll come back to it, but I'm gonna have to comment on this trade as we come lower, because it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and I talk about things like the 4-minute mile. I talk about things like my progression in racing motocross, because should I do the whole long rant? What's up, ICT Mike Macro Time? Here's what I'll tell you guys. Go look up the 4-minute mile. Go look up the 4-minute mile, because I believe there is, and it's so challenging in trading. It's so challenging, so challenging. But there is so much weight and importance on your belief, your core belief systems, how much confidence you have, that's going to determine whether or not you make money in the markets. And I believe that experience is super important. You have to have time on the charts. You can't just will your way into making money with no experience and no actual strategy and risk management and a lot of trial by fire, right? But there comes a time where if you don't believe without a shadow of a doubt in your abilities in an arrogant way before you've actually done the thing that you've set out to do, which is why it's so damn arrogant, you're not going to be able to achieve it. Same with trading, with sports, with any profession, with anyone who set out to do anything great, to do the impossible. It was impossible for them before they did it. Reflect on that. Think about how you will overcome that challenge. Stack all of the evidence in your favor. Make it unreasonable for you not to succeed with how much work and time and effort you've put in. But recognize at the end of the day, the market is not going to give that to you. You know, any sport I've done, it didn't give it to me. You know, I had to create that core belief myself first. And it's difficult. It's difficult to do. But go read about Roger Bannister in the 4-minute mile. I think that's a perfect display. I had it displayed to be in my life. You could watch the interview with Austin Silver, the first one that I've did, the first podcast with Austin Silver. You could watch it. I tell the whole story on there about me breaking through a motocross. You know, that it's a tough abstract thing, but I think a lot of traders get stuck there and they don't have belief in themselves. They are waiting for the strategy to make it so they don't have to take losses, so they don't have to create this belief. Mark Douglas does a really good job of describing it in Trading in the Zone and the Disciplined Trader. If you're waiting for the market to give you a winning mindset, a winner's mindset, to give you the confidence that you need to succeed, you're never going to get it. It comes from within. And again, it starts with doing the hard work. It starts with doing all the hard work, building the experience. But man, at a certain point, you have to be arrogant. You have to be extremely confident in yourself, in your abilities as a trader. You have to come to the market saying, despite losses, despite where I am, I'm going to make money. And if you think about that, if you don't believe that, you believe the opposite. You believe you're not going to make money. And what you believe, at very least, gives you the opportunity to make it happen. If you don't believe it, you have zero opportunity. So, again, I'm trailing a little bit, but I talked a little bit about areas that times in the market when in trading when I've improved, things that I think are important. But we started to talk about confidence, right? You got strategies, you've been trading for a while. Reflect on that. Reflect on that stuff. Roger Bannister, 4-minute mile. You can read my, repeat of it. It was the 4-minute mile being demonstrated in my life. I'm grateful to have that experience, right? Because I can bring it to other things, but read about it. If you want to read a book on it, if you want to read a whole book on it, the famous one that everybody knows, Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. It's an old book, but it is a great example of that belief system and what you can do with it and what you are guaranteed to not do without it. So, hope that helps. What's up, guys? Yeah, we talked about it. Yes, I hear it. Facts. Yeah. I think, honestly, I think I put it in with my trading books. I think you should read Think and Grow Rich. Badass book. Read about and reflect on. You could read the books on it. You could read about it. Read about the 4-minute mile. Read about the 4-minute mile. I think it's such a strong example of the power of mindset and psychology. Not that it's not done without being an Olympic athlete, right? You can't will yourself into doing everything with no, training. You can't just David Goggins it through life. But without the belief, it doesn't happen. So, and I think traders get stuck there because it's so hard to build confidence in the markets that are so dynamic, that are constantly changing you and smacking you around. But you can't wait to get it from the markets, which is tough to do. Got to come with that arrogant confidence, boys and girls. That's the way. I know that one, Think and Grow Rich. Yeah, it's an awesome book. Super old, kind of repetitive. I love it. I've listened to it on audio multiple times. It's a great one. Not that I can't talk about it here, but I try not to just repeat things verbatim, right? If there's stuff out there, if there's resources out there, I try to just send you right to the resource. Go read the thing that I read rather than me just repeating it. We could talk about it, but read the book. I don't think you're going to be a worse trader or a worse person after reading that book. Personally, I do not. So, this trade. What are you doing to me here, ES? Why? Why are we doing this? No, buyers stepping in, not a lot of volume. We'll see how CVD plays out on this day today. But we dropped off on cumulative volume delta heavy. We're at negative 7,000. On this pop back up, we hardly budged. The low was 81, negative 8,100. We're at negative 7,100. Not a lot of buy volume behind this move back up. That does not give me a lot of confidence. We got orders down at the 66 60s. Talked about that before. All the way down around my stop. That's pretty much going to be a Yep. Again, if you guys watch me trade, I don't close my trades out for a loss. I don't give myself the flexibility to do that because I don't find that it helps in the long run. My data shows that closing for a partial loss before a stop loss is hit hurts me more than it helps me. So sometimes I have people ask, why did you hold on to the trade when it kept moving down? Why did you do that in drawdown? I don't add in. I don't scale out. I don't do anything before the stop loss. I put the stop loss in. I put the trade on. I trust my stop. Period. End of story. It's either a full stop or a profit these days. That's it. On the way up, I run no fixed take profit unless I'm stepping away or we're in a really high volatile time. We start to move something crazy. I try not to run a fixed take profit, or unless I don't want to go past a profit target based on the consistency rule on some of these accounts. To the upside, I close with discretion. It depends what happens after I put the trade on, right? And I find that doing that helps me more than it hurts me, right? So it's a simple review of data. Giving myself the ability to hold on to some trades longer, to close for a very small profit, a negative risk to reward, sometimes based on market generated information, helps me more than it hurts me, right? Maybe it's skill set, maybe it's just my ability to do that, the read of the market, whatever it is, right? You might find, hey, you know what? I'm great at discretionary closing for, partial losses. I know that I should be able to close out at negative 250 over 1,000. That helps me. I find that over large sample sizes of data, that severely hurts me more than it helps me. So just trusting data, trusting trade management. But talk about the trade that's on. This would have to be a huge V-shaped recovery to generate a nice win. Again, market generated information gives me a little bit of context on maybe how to manage the trade if it starts to move into profit. I would be happy with something small on this one after sitting through this drawdown. Not a break-even close, maybe back up towards the 90s, back up above, some of these session highs, but this is pretty ugly so far. But we'll see. We'll see. Not dead yet. Morning, David. What's going on? Let's see. Now is a good time to long. Yeah, overnight low would have been a better entry. A push back up here, better entry, right? Hindsight's 2020 on that one, but we'll see. This is still weak overall on CVD, but could be a really beautiful dip, long wick to the downside, on the higher time frames for a push back up. We're fixing to find out, as they say in the South chat. Confidence is the key thing, because you can lose trades and still feel good about your system. You're ahead of the game. Oh, yeah. Yep. Recall seeing an image represented Think Grow Rich. It was a miner that never gave up, inches away from this. Yeah. That meme about the miner that, leaves before. That represents it a little bit. For me, the main takeaway is the main takeaway from Think and Grow Rich is you have to believe without a shadow of a doubt in what you are setting out to do, that you will do it. And if you don't, you are guaranteeing that you will not. You have to come to terms with how you will do that. But that's the process. Conceive, believe, achieve. And so many people are trying to do something. And if you sat them down and really grabbed them by the shirt and said, do you believe you could do this? Or you think you could do this? And they'd say, no, no, I can't. Okay, you're not going to do it. So that's what I take away from it. You have to go to work first. And I think it's arrogant on day one to just, say, oh, I'm going to go do this, whatever this is. But anybody that's ever achieved anything that hasn't been done before, first believed they can do it. Maybe not everybody. Maybe a very small portion happened to just happen upon something and get lucky, doing the impossible somehow. But for the most part, they built a core belief system. Arrogantly, when everybody around them told them that that's impossible, because up to that point it was. And it would be reasonable to think that, they weren't going to be able to do whatever they were setting out to do. But that's what I take away from that book. All right, guys, got a couple... Let's see what we get on this one. This looks like trash, man. This looks like trash. Yeah, again, not relying on CVD really heavily today, but if I had to say, this one don't look good. Super negative, growing. Like I said, on this pop back up, did not see a shift in delta that I would have liked to see. This looks like it was about to be our initial balance low. This looks like a rotation to the downside. We'll see. We'll see. Would have loved to put some profit back in this 7-pack of straight to sim funded pro. If you want to hear more about my trading, I won't go through the whole spiel again. I've done it on here quite a few times. The prop accounts that I'm trading, my goals, how I'm attacking them, because I think it could be helpful frame of reference. You see a lot of guys just YOLOing 100 accounts at a time and saying, look at the $20,000 day. And, and what goes on behind that, they don't really talk about. But the brief portion of this is I've been trading this 7-pack of straight to funded sim pro accounts, 150Ks, painfully back and forth, profit, loss, break even, back and forth. It's the longest stretch of break even trading I think that I've had on any account at all, even prop accounts. But I said multiple times that I was going to trade these live with you guys to a success or failure. But man, I've been really tempted off the screen just to YOLO them into oblivion so I could stop doing it and get into some instant fundeds and be working myself, towards the main goal of a live account by building a big buffer. But I stick to my guns, right? So I'm going to continue to trade these all the way to losing them or a max payout and being moved to a live account. This would be the largest. It would be the largest payout that anybody could take from a set of top 1 futures accounts at this time, since it's still an original 7-pack of 150Ks. But it feels it feels challenging at this point because it's just been so back and forth. Outside of that, I am trading instant funded accounts, like I've talked about, with the goal of building a buffer. Because I intend to be kicked to a live account, or I anticipate being kicked to a live account pretty soon, probably on, whatever next account does well. Trading these accounts slowly but surely live with you guys doesn't really support that goal. Trading, maybe the larger size instant funded accounts individually, more aggressively, would support that goal, which is what I'm doing off the lives. But you can hop in Discord. I wrote a big long spiel up about it. I also talked about my trading in live accounts, in my futures account, multiple investment brokerages, that type of stuff for anybody that's interested. I'm happy to talk about it. But as a whole, outside of that, this is what real trading looks like for me, right? Day in and day out, I'm happy to show up here and throw trades on, executions on the chart, articulate why I'm doing what I'm doing, and watch this crap play out day in and day out. Wins, losses, triumphs, heartbreaks, mistakes, everything in between, right? I think there's not a substitute for that. I wish there was. It'd be a lot easier if I could just post something up, but I don't think there's any substitute for that these days. Yeah, still looking weak, but nothing to be done. Nothing to be done. But we got a bunch of people on here. It's 10:30 on the nose. We're going to see if we go down here, maybe get a little sweep of this initial balance low and then crack right back up. That's my last-ditch hope for this one. Or that we don't break it at all and we head back north. We come down. We start to really push lower. We get closures below. Looks like I'm going to get cooked. But we got a whole bunch of people on. 23 on X, 50 on YouTube. We got more on Kick. I think you guys know what time it is. Time to run a giveaway. Chat, go ahead and run these likes up. You guys blew the doors off of what I said yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and ask for a large number today because I got confidence. We're talking about beliefs. We're talking about confidence. I believe in you guys. I have confidence. And it's no skin off my back if you guys don't do it. But I have confidence that you guys can hit 50 likes on YouTube. You hit like 70 or 80 yesterday. Go ahead and run this one up to 50 likes. We will do a giveaway for a instant funded account today. It's not going to be for the Elite Challenge accounts. For an instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. At 50 likes. 50 likes. If you guys are on Kick, You can throw some emojis in the chat. If you're on X, I'm not going to ask you to do anything because you don't do anything anyway. But if you want to hop on YouTube and get the giveaway form, go ahead and smash the like button. Smash subscribe if you find value. You don't have to do anything. You could do whatever you want. That's the beauty of not charging for anything. But let me go ahead and throw this one in here. Giveaway at 50 likes, chat. Go ahead and run it up. Oh, there you go. You guys could have hit it in like 2 seconds anyway. I see I should have went more. I have belief in you guys. But as always, guys, I appreciate you hopping on. We got a ton of new people that hopped in the Discord this week. Appreciate you guys. If you don't know, I run a 100% free trading Discord. And I was talking about my trading. I was talking about these accounts just to yap a little bit about it because I got to repeat myself. I have so many new people that hop on all the time. I don't claim to be the best trader in the world. I don't claim to have it all figured out. I've been in the markets for about 6 years. I've made some money. I've had hit some goals. I've, had some juice, but I really like to keep it super vague like that because I don't think me telling you I made X amount or I did something with no evidence that can really be relied on is worth anything. So here's what I do. I show up here live every day on YouTube, Kick, and X, trading 100% free. Right? You can hop on at any time. You could say, that dude's an idiot. I got short at 66.78 and I made money today. I faded him. I hope you find value. You could hop on and say, hey, I think what that guy has to say is maybe valuable. I like the way he approaches the markets. I like the way he yaps to everybody in the chat. And maybe isn't just, I don't know. You find value in what I got going on. You like the community with almost 2,000 members, also free. And you hop in. And I appreciate that. That's how I run this. Free 99. I don't think much else is worth a damn. Although I yap about it, I always grain of salt it. So you guys want to hop in the 100% free trading community? There it is in the chat. You guys want to check out Top 1 Futures? You want to check out Bookmap? You want to check out any of the firms or software companies that I'm affiliated with? I greatly appreciate you supporting me, supporting the channel. But you don't have to do anything. Free means free. That means you don't have to hit like. You don't have to hit subscribe. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to chat. To get an entry to win an account, you have to fill out a form, but you can hang out and watch without filling out a form if you don't want to. So that's my spiel. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, chat, 45 likes. Yeah, you guys are running it up. 50 likes. Let me get the form ready because you guys are going to run it. You guys are going to run it. I see we're going to immediately hit the giveaway form today. Get ready. Tomorrow it's going to be like 75 likes. You guys are, it's growing too fast. We got too many people on the stream, which I'm super grateful for. It's crazy, man. Crazy. I got an alert that I have 1 million views overall total on YouTube, which maybe that's not a lot of for people. Or was it something else crazy? Maybe that's like individual video views. I got shorts now that are doing 500,000 views. It's crazy. I had one blow up. The live streams have a ton of people on here. I'm getting close to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's sick. I appreciate everybody that hops on these streams. I really do. The community with over 2,000 members, it's just gnarly. So I appreciate you guys. I think it's important to practice gratitude. I think it's really important to stay grounded, to be grateful when you have 2 people watching your stream, and to be super grateful when I have 51 people watching my YouTube stream right now and 26 on X. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are awesome. We're growing. We're growing super fast. I'm happy to say it. But I think you guys are about to hit the oh, you ran it up already. There you go. 53 likes. Yeah, you guys got some juice. I don't know. Maybe you got a like bot or something. Somebody's running a game because it used to take a minute. You guys are too quick with it now. I should have said more. I thought I was being aggressive saying 50 today. All right, here you go. Here's the form, guys. Hang on real quick. There we go. There is the form for the giveaway. Let me see if I can find the giveaway banner so I can throw this up. There it is. It's giveaway time, chat. It is giveaway time. There you go. For you guys in Kick, it's on Kick as well. X, you know what? I'm feeling generous, man. You guys really don't do me any solids. There's not much, but you're here, right? It's okay, you know. I'm talking about being grateful. I'm grateful for you guys, so I'm gonna give you guys the form as well. Sometimes I don't, and I just say come on over to YouTube or do something else. But you know what? We're gonna be grateful for everybody. So here is the giveaway form in the live chat for you guys that are on Twitter. Again, you don't have to do anything. Free means free. You can hang out and watch these all day. But this is for a Top 1 Futures instant funded account. One of the Ignite automatic funded, no challenge, no activation fee accounts. So you guys want a shot to win one of those, get it filled out. Don't fill it out more than one time. Don't spam the form. Don't use your mother's and your brother's emails. This is going to come directly from Top 1 Futures. So please don't try to run the game. We do them every dang day on here. You don't have to do it. You're probably going to win. I have multiple people now winning more than one time. So yeah, you don't have to do that. Don't ruin the fun for everybody. But yeah, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Again, hop in the Discord if you want to chat. I got a ton of people in there now. We got a lot of chatter, people calling out trades, trading different instruments, everything. It's sweet. Really sweet. 46. Know what that was. Zach, can you add one more contract at this price? I can, but I'm not going to. I can, but I don't. Not my strategy at all. I do not add to positions in drawdown. Really ever. I give myself a lot of freedom and flexibility. Not part of this approach whatsoever. You certainly can. You could even add right here and then cut your stop loss to right below this low if you have a reason to believe that we're about to bounce. You can add and make this a $2,000 stop. You could do that, but not my play. I don't think that a lot of traders have success doing that, myself included. Let's see, chat. Still accomplished my dude. Congrats. Yeah, I think I was talking. You guys were saying that about live streaming and all that stuff. Hell, dude, insane. I would have didn't expect to be doing what I'm doing today. It's awesome. It's really cool. If I could go back and visit my younger self, learn sales, learn trading. Yeah. Sales is the gateway to learning income. Yeah, I would say business in general, right? Just learning something in the business world. I think it translates really, really well. Sales is, working with people, right? It's a lot of psychology. But I have a degree, not that that's worth a damn, but I have a business degree in marketing management and a minor in psychology. And I worked a sales job, worked in outside sales, inside sales, and then really just overall management for a long period of time before I came over to trading. Alert understood, Zach. Hope it turns green for you today. Yeah, we'll see, man. Listen, there's, I'm going to take wins. I'm going to take losses. That's part of it. We're starting to find a little bit of buyers down here, but this could easily go either way. V-shaped recovery or sell-off. That's what I'm expecting here. Really nice V-shaped recovery or gnarly sell-off. I don't know that we just chop down here. I think we get another leg lower all the way down to the 50s, like I was talking about, 45s, 50s in ES, or we bounce. We catch a nice sweep of that overnight low level, and we pull back up. Time will tell. Time will tell, chat. Let's see. So far, just kind of continuing to do its thing to the downside. But we got giveaway forms rolling in. You guys are getting these bad boys filled out. Let's see what we got. All right, guys, I'm going to give you about 2 more minutes. About 2 more minutes to get the form filled out. If you didn't see already, we got the form in the chat. Go ahead. I'll drop it again just for you guys that are coming in late. I'm not going to open it up 47 million times like I did yesterday. I won't waste everybody's time. There it is in Kick again. There it is in YouTube again. There it is on X again. Got a bunch of you guys on X now, 32. Go ahead, feel free, get it filled out. I'm going to give you like 2 more minutes, and I will be right back, as unfortunately this trade has continued to move to the downside, guys. Watching it on my second stream. This looks like we're going to be at a potential stop, but we'll see. I'll be right back, guys. A couple more minutes. All right, chat. Back in action. Let's see. How we doing, Chair? Hanging out down around these lows, about halfway to stop. Does not look great. This looks like we might want to continue. But, well, where are we at? Sorry, guys. There it is. Giveaway time. I'm going to kill this form right now. We got about almost 70 responses, 68 responses. Last chance, guys. This is going to be for a Top 1 Futures Ignite automatic funded account. That's what this giveaway is going to be for. Last couple minutes. Go ahead, get it filled out while I get the duck race rolling for you guys. See if we can't catch some buyers here, man. This don't look too pretty. We'll see. We shall see. Let's see what we got today. And remember, if you guys want to check out Top 1, link is in the chat as well for that. Code RDF gets you the best deal. The Ignite automatic funded accounts are only running through the end of this week, and then they are finito. The lowest cost, look at the price, the cheapest prop firm accounts in the industry. If you're a newer trader, you don't have a lot of money to your name, you want to get involved in the market without putting a lot of money on the line, you don't want to take an eval, I think these would be a pretty solid opportunity for you. Also, if you want to check out my favorite accounts, the wider rule set accounts, these bad boys right here, the OG instant funded accounts, they are 40% off. And the promo right now is that you are able to copy trade more. You're able to copy trade up to 5 of these for the 25K and the 50K account. End of day trailing drawdown, no daily loss limit. Really reasonable when it comes to MLL to profit target, and then what you get to take out if you hit the profit target, especially when you take a look at stuff like the 50K account. $2,000 max loss limit, $3,000 profit target, and then you're able to withdraw up to $2,500 of that $3,000. It's one of the best withdrawal to profit target ratios in the industry. I don't know if there is one better on an instant funded account. But as always, guys, I'm partnered, I'm affiliated, I stand to make money, I can't be unbiased. So you got to go to the site, you got to read the rules, you got to put them side by side yourself, and make the best decision for you. All right, form is done. Even though you guys are still filling it out, got to stop it at a certain point. We're done. Finito on the form. Gonna get the last of you guys in here. Let's get it rolling before we get the duck race rolling. All right. We got some ducks in a line. Who's ready? Who's ready for the duck race? Who's ready to win an account? We've had some OGs win. We definitely had some OGs win. Checking the trade. Whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing. All right. Let's get this rolling. We have 2 minutes on the clock. 2 minutes on the clock. We've got, I think this was like 73 or 78 or something, ducks in a row. Our ducks are in a row today, guys. This is for a Top 1 Futures Ignite automatic funded account. No challenge, no activation fee. Going to come straight from Top 1 Futures to your email. So if you tried to play a game with me, you're probably going to be screwed. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Appreciate everybody that jumps in. Thank you for being here. Good luck, everybody. The ducks are off. Let's see. Let's see who we get today. Let's see. Yes, it's a nice spread today. You guys got a pretty nice spread out pack today. Nobody really running away with it right out of the gate. Start announcing it at like 30 seconds because a lot of ducks get stopped out, we've learned. A lot of ducks hit their stop losses. Mine has every time. Where's my duck? It should be in there somewhere, guys. You got a lot on there, so a lot of them aren't even showing on the screen. AVX, there we go. Please open for one more minute. Yeah, sorry, guys. I leave it open for, 10, 15 minutes. It's to reward the peeps that are on the stream, right? So I try not to make it go too long. Good luck, duck traders. Fingers crossed. All right, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Here we go. Luca B, Luz O, Ivan F, Eddie S, David S, Varun P down on the bottom. Wolf trying it again. The Spider-Man duck. Humad B, Luca B. Oh, someone coming out of nowhere. Dark Side. That's not a name. You guys got to use your names. Jason F up top making a run for it. Scott C also making a run for it again. That was close. Scott almost ran it back for another one. Jason F, number 71. The Scuba Snorkel Duck is the winner of an instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. Jason F, let me see who this is. Jason F, where you at, my man? Let me see what your name is in All right, all right, all right, all right. The thing keeps quacking. It's like, it's too much. Okay. Let me throw this up. Let me see. Jason, what is your name on YouTube? I don't know. Where are you at, Jason? You in here? Okay. Yeah, I'll move the timer. I don't see my duck. Yeah, your duck hit a stop loss then. Scuba Duck won. Congrats to Jason F. I'm sure you're in there. I can't check where everybody is. I did throw it in, threw it into the X deal. Let me see. Yeah, congrats to Jason F. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what your guys' names are because you always run 47 different names. Congrats, Jason. You will get a Top 1 Futures Ignite automatic funded account from them. Come directly through email. If you want to, yeah, there you go. Yeah, it is. Oh, what's up, bro? What's happening? Yeah, that's who it is. Bo Believer. There we go. What's happening, man? Congrats. It's going to come straight from Top 1. I will throw this banner up real quick. If you guys want to check out these accounts, one of the accounts that Jason just won, the 50K is only, which he just won, is only $149. You can copy trade up to 6 of these bad boys. The 25K is only $89. They have some drawbacks at this price. They have some advantages at this price. Head to the site, check it out for yourself if you want to. Here is the link in the chat. Code RDF gets you the best deal. These are only live until Friday of this week. Only live until end of the week. Don't sleep on those if you want to check them out. I'll throw it in Kick. You know what? I'll even throw it in X for you guys since we're giving you guys all the links today, even though I'm usually not paying attention to you guys in X. We want to pay attention to everybody. We're here for non-discriminatory streaming across platforms. There we go for y'all in X if you want to check that out. There is the deal in the live chat. Appreciate you guys hopping on from all over the place. But still early, 10:55. Yeah, I don't know about this, guys. I don't know about this. We found some buyers right below this overnight low. We really are hanging out in this range right here. 67s to 69s, putting a lot of trading in right down there. Quite a bit of volume. Settling. This is interesting. Thank you, bro. Felt it today. There you go. You see? He believed that. What is it? Manifested that right into reality. Love it. Congrats, Jason. Bo Believer won today, guys. Bo Believer won today. Yeah. So watching this market, man, I'm trying to frame this. Let's go around the horn real quick and take a look. What is similar structure at a NASDAQ. Similar structure out of YM. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Again, I think if I zoom out on the 15-minute, right, try to frame this higher time frame idea, I think we either come through all the way down towards prior day low, yesterday's volume point of control, all the way down into the 6650s here on this contract, or we start to find some buyers. We catch that V-shaped recovery. Would have liked to see buyers, obviously, off of my entry. Wanted to give it room all the way down below this this overnight low level, even down below these lows, right, from New York session that played a key spot on the chart, right? Tested this high back from the 12th. But this looks weak overall, man. I don't have a ton of faith in this trade, to be completely honest. If I'm taking a look at Bookmap as well, which, again, I got a couple extra things loaded up on Bookmap here, but this is the December Z contract. When we started to drop off here, we were pretty flat on CVD coming into the morning. We dropped off really hard, dropped off really aggressively. We're at negative 8,600. As we started to pop here, we really did not get any increase in CVD. Talked about that as it happened. Not a lot of faith that this was going to continue right here to the upside. We're not completely dropping off. We got a little bit below. Maybe we take out the mid mid 60s and we start to catch some buyers, but this doesn't look super promising. But does that mean it's dead in the water? Does that mean I just exit out of the trade? I don't do any, I do something crazy. I add in. No. Nope. I trust my stop. Let the trade play out for a W or an L. We start to come back up to the upside again. Yeah, I'm going to be holding through a move through VWAP. Man, VWAP's below my entry, so this is going to be a longer hold for sure if we don't get stopped out quickly. I'm going to be holding through VWAP for a move all the way back up to the upside, a really serious V-shaped recovery where we come and settle up here maybe towards the 90s. I don't think that I'm going to have an opportunity to allow this to be a huge winner unless we start to rip. But I'd be looking at least back up towards those 90s at very least before taking some profit. That's my game plan on this bad boy today, guys. I didn't go over the position brackets, the OCO stuff. I don't feel like doing it, to be completely honest. I would just be remaking the video that I made yesterday. So here's what I'm going to do for you guys. I was fast on this one. Project X. Where's my videos? Project X launched an update yesterday that gave us custom automatic OCO orders, bracket orders. Now, I'm not a super duper fan of the way that they rolled this out. I don't love the way that it's structured. I think a lot of things could be done differently and better, but it does give you a way to create custom OCO brackets. Not really easily on the order card the way that I would like it, but that video right there is an explanation. And I think it's really important if you're trading on Project X with this update, really important to understand how they function because it prevents you from doing certain things like dragging out a stop loss or take profit or even entering one if you have certain settings on. So I think that one's worth the watch. It's my video, so I'm biased. But even if you don't watch the video, I would head over to some of the sites that are starting to explain it and get a practice account open up and test it for yourself. That's my 2 cents there. But it is a new update, a new setting from Project X. And I think it might only be live on certain prop firms with Project X. I know it's live on Top 1 Futures. We got our hands on it early, which is cool. If you're trading with Top 1, that is. But I'm not sure if it's at some of the other Top Step firms. Top Step or Lucid or some of the other ones that have Project X, Tradeify. Yep, so that's my trade idea for the day, guys. I'm going to leave this one running. Nothing for me to do on this bad boy. Just let it rip. So on that note, guys, I'm going to end this one with a trade running, framed. I'll try to keep you guys updated in Discord. If you're not in Discord, the link's in the chat. I posted it multiple times. It's down below the video. You can hop in there. 100% free trading Discord. Congrats, Jason, for the W today. Hop on. We got giveaways rolling all this week, almost every dang day on these free live sessions. Appreciate you guys for being here. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Trading is very risky. Most traders do lose money. Here we go for, we're probably going to get to watch the stop loss. Maybe we'll hang out for it. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Appreciate you guys for hopping on. Yeah, we got some liquidity taken. Bounce here or not, but like I said, even as we started to push back up, not a lot of faith in this bad boy. Not a lot of faith. I'm tempted to hang out just to see if we go and rip through a stop or pull back up on it without just clipping the live, but yeah, no, this looks like we're selling off. This looks like we want to sell. Looking at Bookmap, continuing the downside. I'll hang out. We'll get the stop together. I'll hang out and see if we roll through it. even though I did my disclaimer at the end. Continue to put lows of session in. Maybe a sweep down below this level. Selling pressure ahead of FOMC. That's what we got today. Yeah, if we were going to sell right off to it, I would wait for it just to give you guys the close trade. But you guys know where my stop is, 66.58 and a quarter. Looking for the 66.90s if we start to turn around, get a V-shaped recovery. But I'm going to wrap it on this one. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Already did a disclaimer. Thanks for being here. Live 9:30 a.m. Eastern every damn day, showing you what real trading looks like for me, even on days where it's losses like this. Thanks for hopping on, guys. See y'all in Discord. I'll keep you updated there.